One of the challenges to the work that I've been doing has been what we politely call Katrina fatigue, which certainly isn't true for us, and certainly isn't true for the people who live in New Orleans. They live with this every day and they can't get tired of this. American audiences seem to have a limited attention span right now for news about New Orleans and for the continuing post-Katrina story. The tragedy that followed Katrina and the floods is far from over, and the coverage and the awareness is still quite necessary.
For every 60 seconds that shows up in a news report, there's a life and a larger story behind it.
I guess I got surprised, you know, with all its beauty and all its culture and all the great things that Louisiana has to offer to our nation. I was just really taken back by how people are just kind of left to fend for themselves.
One block from the ruptured 17th Street Industrial Canal, we found Mrs. Audrey Clivens. She was searching through the ruins of her mother's home for pictures of her family.
See, that's my sister and her 2 children and her husband. This is our family house, and my sister was living in it. I doubt if she'll come back. I really doubt if she will. Yeah, the point is coming back, but what are you coming back to? There are no neighbors here. They talk about travel trailers. Where do you put a travel trailer? Where do you get the energy? Don't have that.
Julia Stewart. This was a school teacher. She's worried about a home. For a whole year, she's trying to go back and forth. She gets somebody to move her. They charge her astronomical amount of money. Every which way she turned, someone was taking advantage. She took all her life savings. She kept on saying to me over and over again, I'm not looking for a hand out. I'm just looking for a hand up, you know? And she just cried to me on my shoulders and said to me, you know, why is America treating us like this? God rest her soul, she just passed away from cancer some months back.
Sell crack down there on that street. Sell crack down there on that street, dope on that street. This is why I got into a shootout right here with somebody who was trying to rob me. That was like probably about 7 months before I went to jail right here. Guys tried to rob me right here in broad daylight. Ain't that something?
This is what I noticed immediately after Katrina, was the corporations began to be able to recover very quickly. And after Rita, the corporations were able to recover because they have resources. We need to get our community development corporations to have sufficient resources and stability and sustainability so they can have a presence in communities that's immediate in order to be able to respond and help people respond the way the corporations are able to respond. Because certainly the government, we can see from these 2 storms, The government, in terms of Rita, they don't even talk about it. The government is not here.
Everybody ought to have to live in a FEMA trailer and lean over a toilet and brush their teeth. Now, that has been a big thing because it's so close. And I have a hard time walking anyway, and it's just like everything is right there. And I always thought when I retired from the power company, I'd like to get me a motorhome and just travel.
No. I needed help because I can't do this by myself. I had been doing it constantly for the last couple of days, and I started getting pains in my chest, so I had to stop. Day before yesterday, we came here working, and somebody called somebody, and somebody came here in a truck and wanted to know, was I building without a permit? No, I'm not building. I'm tearing down right now. But when I start building, I will have a permit. I'm not crazy. And I know that these people around here call people on you. So that's telling me you're not trying to help me come back. You think you're going to get me frustrated enough where I'm going to say, okay, I'm giving up. I'm going to sell this because it's not worth it. Baby, they better get this. God ain't made no fool here. This a strong black woman. This was the fourplex that I had standing right here that I gutted out and was going to do my repairs on. They didn't just take my life away by taking a roof from over my head. They took a roof from over my children's head. I couldn't believe that they did that they was able to do something like that.
I think that we can't just lecture people and kind of hit them over the head and say, this is what's happening and it's not fair and it's kind of your fault. And I think if things just kind of go forward and we continue in this vein where out of sight, out of mind, you don't see anything about it, I'm not hearing about it, it must be taken care of, it must be fixed. People must surely be home by now. You know, I know that we were kind of feeling that way before we went to New Orleans, like, oh, okay, this was 6 months ago, it must be, you know, on the mend at least, and then to go there and say, okay, nothing has been done. I think the same thing is kind of happening now as they rebuild New Orleans, and I think it has the potential for being a situation where, you know, we turn around one day and it's an entirely different community, an entirely different landscape, and it's kind of too little too late.
I can't think of a more compelling American story. I can't think of a more important story within the borders of the United States. And I can't think of a collection of stories that each and every day for the past couple of years and for the next 5 years say a lot about who we are as Americans and what our priorities are.
It's a troubling time in America for us, Americans, the average working, hardworking family throughout America, because, you know, it's like the people there have continued to say is, you know, this can happen to anyone. We're all just one paycheck away, or one hurricane away, or one earthquake away, or one tsunami away, and then everything can be wiped out. I don't think that I can, one man, one photographer, you know, try to save the world. As a citizen, as a photographer, as a humanist, this is what I can do. This is what I can do.